What's up, gang? What is up? What is up? What is up? What's going on? Let's roll call this here, baby. Hall of highlights. There he is. What's up, dude? Yeah. Oh, how'd your audition go? Hope it went well, dude. Boras, Scott Boras is now Carlos Correa's agent. He signed with, he switched agents yesterday and went with the Boras Corporation. So that, we're going to get to that in a minute. But let me just finish roll call. Michael Maz is in the house. I like it. 3 more trade ideas, 2 or 3 team trades. The other 1 or 2. Let's get that going too. Can't wait to hear that. Marcel, good evening to you too. How we doing? Mantle 7's in the house. I want to hear those too. I love these great ideas everybody has in here. Aaron Cedillo, protest. What are you protesting, dude? Jason Lung's in the house. Good evening to you and your family too, man. Hope you're all doing well. Radici's chicken parm reviews. Yeah, chicken parm's in the house. I love it. I love it. What's going on? 161 Mafia. Who else is here? Michael as a floosh. What's that? Oh, Cubs fan. Welcome to the Cubs fan, man. No Yankees allowed. Whoa. You know what? Cubs fans are welcome here, so it's all good. It's all good. Hirsch is in the house. Tyler Talbot, my man. What's going on, brother? Jace Peters is in the house. CJ's in the house. What's going on, man? What is going on? So, yeah, Correa went with Scott Boras yesterday, so obviously, you know, he's going to get paid, and whatever bonuses and extra he can get, right? You know, it was reported that he was going for $330 million. Now it seems probably it's not only guaranteed that he's going to get that, but it's probably the floor. I'm guessing they're shooting higher, maybe closer to 350 to beat Francisco Lindor's 340. Is it 340 or 341? That's what I'm thinking is what the asking is going to be. He's going to try and be the highest paid shortstop in history. And Boras is going to have his 700-page binder. Daily Dose is in the house. How you doing, bud? He has his 700-page binder that he puts out. He's going to be the greatest shortstop in history, better than Musial, better than A-Rod, better than everybody you can think of in history of baseball. And he's going to get somebody to bite and pay. He really is. And all right, went to break, man. I like it. Good. I'm glad the audition went well too. Brian Gax, trade Turner 6. Yeah, man. Brian Gax, man. So, this is the thing, and I said this in my video that I put out about this. The Yankees and Scott Boras have history. Garrett Cole's contract, Mark Teixeira's contract, and other players as well. I mean, they have a long-standing history working together. So don't be surprised if 2 things, if you didn't see my video. If number 1, they wind up signing him, and number 2, if Aaron Judge goes with Boras before free agency. Don't be surprised if either one happens. So Ethan's in the house. How we doing? I'm going to say it's probably going to be 10 years, Ethan, but it's probably going to be, I'm guessing, close to between 340 and 350, probably 345 to 350, just to beat Francisco Lindor's contract. That's my guess. That's what my gut's telling me. But I know it's what they're going for. There's no doubt about it. They said now between 330 and 350 is the preferred landing spot. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, I won't be surprised because Boras pulls these magic deals out of his back pocket. So when he gets somebody again, somebody gets it out of his back pocket. So, and he gets somebody to bite, and and it happens. That's why he's the best in the game. He's the most hated by most, but he's the best in the game. So, and credit to him. Ellsbury was one of his big deals too. That's right. Yes, it was, Tyler. 100%. He was a Boras client too. Yep. I don't think Correa is going to do a short-term deal. This is his year to capitalize, because if he does a short-term deal and say he gets hurt, he tears his ACL, something like that, he's last thing we're going with Boras, all but guarantees he's not going to go for a short-term deal. I really find it highly unlikely. Gardner for a 1-year deal is a trusted bench player. John is a bench player, maybe, as long as he's not taking a spot from, a Seiya Suzuki or someone else that they might be thinking of. I mean, I don't think he's a starter, nor should he be on the Yankees. Matt G, I don't care. Sounds great as long as it isn't the Yankees. I'd rather use the money to sign Freeman. I mean, you could essentially get Freeman and Rodon and Seiya Suzuki for the price of 1 Correa. Let's put it in that perspective, Matt. You can get all 3 of them for the price of Correa. So let's do a 1-year stopgap. Volpe, really. I mean, Hershey probably, yeah, I mean, my guess is, and what I wanted to kind of segue into is the World Series 2022 World Series odds have come out. And I do a detailed video on that tomorrow, but the Yankees are second. They have the second best World Series odds for 2022. So that tells me that Cashman probably had some things close either before the lockout happened, and he's probably going to come out with some big things after the lockout's over. Because I don't think with the Yankees' current roster and with the other teams getting better, that the Yankees would be second best World Series odds. I just really don't see it. The Dodgers have the best World Series odds, and that's mainly because even though they lost Scherzer and Corey Seager, they're going to replenish those guys with a bunch of other guys. So I have no doubt about that. And the Yankees' inactivity makes me think that they had some stuff in the works, and they have some stuff they're going to come out of their pocket too once this lockout's over, and Cashman's going to make a couple of big moves. So that's, to me, tells me why they're second. I could be off, but that's my guts telling me. But I'm with you too, Mantle. Matt Olson, I mean, to me, he's my pick before Freeman because he's 5 years younger, and he's just as elite with the glove. And to me, he's tailor-made for Yankee Stadium. But if they got Freeman and did some other things and, kept Oswald Peraza for shortstop and whatnot, then I wouldn't be upset. But to me, it's Olson, then Rizzo, then Freeman in that order. Your whole highlights, you're a beast, dude. You're a beast, dude. I don't know. We'll see, Michael. I'm curious to see what comes out of this once this lockout's over. That World Series odds was kind of revealing for me, at least. It made me think, and I just don't see because their roster hasn't gotten better, and I know Vegas is not going to bet that they're just going to be a healthier team. So there's got to be some kind of insight intel that they have or somebody else has that is either being circulated or whatnot, or I don't know, that we don't know about. So, but I hear you, Chicken Parm. Mazza, come on, baby. Bring those trades, man. Let's get it going. Udo's in the house. Cheers, man. L'chaim. Gax, yes, the Dodgers have the Dodgers are plus 650. The Yankees are plus 900 World Series odds. So, and then it's the Astros and then the Mets, actually. Astros are plus 950. The Mets are plus 1,000. Those are the top four teams. Evening to you, Billy. What's happening? Not Rizzo. Yeah, I mean, Olson, again, John, I'm with you there. Olson's my first pick. If they got Rizzo, okay. But Rizzo can't be the only thing that they do. If they got Rizzo, then they have to upgrade in some other positions. They have to, upgrade at center field. They have to upgrade in shortstop too. And if they're going to stick with Rizzo. So you'll get to 1,000 Hall of Highlights. Just got to be patient, be consistent, be accurate with your shalom, man, shalom. Be accurate with your, what you put out and all that stuff, and just be consistent, dude. So, doing a video on can the Rays fix Schmidt and Davey? That's an interesting. Who would they trade Schmidt and Davey for to Tampa Bay is my question. If that comes out in your video, I'll watch it. So, anything's possible. The Rays do a good job of fixing pitchers. So, and turning average into above average. So I got to give them that. And they're better at developing pitchers than the Yankees are. So, yeah, Chicken Parm. I think he's been holding cash, but I really hope that it's not the same this year. Kyle Gibbs in the house. What's happening, man? I really hope not. I hope Cashman has a little bit more leeway. So, Kyle, it's good to hear that you're back recovering, man. Good. It's always good to hear, man. Back on the golf course by the 4th of July. That's good to hear, man. Oh, good news, encouraging news. I'm happy to hear it, my man. And you're on the road to recovery. So that's, cheers to you on that. Cheers to you. That's great, man. Great news is always welcome here, man. CJ, it's the other man, brother. Love your basketball too, man. Give me Story, 5 years, 125 to 150. Rodon, 490. Suzuki, 550. Rizzo, 355. I think that's a solid. All five of those. You look at that. Even if you add it up, let's say 150, the high end, then 90, 240, right? Then 50, 290. Rizzo, add the 55. That's 345. That's probably what what do you call it? Correa is going to get. You just got four guys for the price of Correa. So you think about that. It's crazy. And again, you know, I'm not ruling out Correa. I'm not ruling him out. And he's already spoken to A-Rod too about, transitioning from short to third. And he's done some of these things already. He's got a winning pedigree. He also has this think of the cheating scandal with him. But, he he was the one that was least mentioned. It was mostly Bregman and Altuve with the two main culprits. So, but I'm still not, that's not defending Correa. So, but that said, I wouldn't be surprised if he came here as on a big surprise deal, but it's going to be a boatload of money. Dodgers trade Turner. Yeah, Dodgers trade Turner. I mean, Trainer's got one more year until he's a free agent in 2023. So, and he's a stud shortstop too. I have a feeling the Dodgers are going to lock him up long term, especially after losing Seager and Scherzer. I think the Dodgers are going to re-up him, especially wouldn't have traded that much for him. So, let's say they get Correa. Would they be? Yeah, they could. Yes, they could, Ethan. They could do a lot. I mean, they could do a lot. So, they had already prepared offers for Marcus Semien and Max Scherzer. I'm not Max Scherzer. Justin Verlander. So, they were willing to spend. Then I would say they're willing. They can financially. They can do a lot more. They can do both of these and trade for Olsen. They could. It's just they have to be willing to put forth the money and invest in the product, right? So if they're going to win, because like I said, making profits is one thing. Winning the World Series in New York is the most profitable thing they can do. So get the right guys in here, and they would make a boatload in return. The return on investment, and it would be tenfold, man, tenfold. Bronx War Boss, look like your homeboy. I'm happy to hear it, man. Hopefully he's cool, man. Hopefully he's cool. Don't suppose that there's no news on progress between the million. Well, so Billy, found out today too in reporting that the union is preparing their counter offer this week. So as soon as it pops out, you're going to know about it here. So don't worry about that. I'm going to put it out immediately once I verify that it's official and get the accurate stuff. You're going to find out. So I'll definitely put out a video. But they're preparing their counter offer. It's coming out this week. I don't know what day yet. They haven't been specific to that, but I'm guessing, we're already at Wednesday. So I'm guessing it's going to be Thursday or Friday. So they generally bust that stuff out during the week. So, if it's tomorrow, that would be fantastic. So, but you're going to know about it immediately. So, by the way, anybody in here, if you haven't hit the like button, please I want to get them likes up. We're at 75 in here, but only 18 likes. I'm going to try and get it up there. So if you don't mind, it's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It helps when you get the likes up. Helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps it kind of filter the videos as well. So I'm waiting on Maz's trades here too, baby. I mean, Jason, the way the Yankees have done business, I see Cashman only being given 3 moves to fix the problems either. I could see something like that too, Mantle 7. And personally, if I was given 3 moves, it would be an Olsen trade, either a Rodon signing, and either another starting pitcher trade or work my butt off to try to get Seiya Suzuki here. That's what I would do, and I would just let Oswald Peraza play shortstop if there's a way they can get Olsen without Peraza. Those to me seem the most 3 realistic moves that they could possibly make. If he was given 3 moves, I mean, what would your 3 moves be? Anthony's in the house. What's going on, Medina? How you doing, man? Contreras, and you take Hayward contract. Oof. No, thank you. We'll take Hayward contract, but you guys got to take Hicks back. That would be my counter. You can't just absorb Hayward for the sake of absorbing Hayward. Good player, great teammate, but we need you to work with us here. And Hicks makes half the amount of money per year that Hayward does. So that would be my counter there, Michael. What do you think of that? Shane Bieber to the Cardinals. Maybe the Indians or Guardians decide to sell. Huh? That would be a huge move, honestly, for the Cardinals. It really would. I mean, if the Cardinals bring in somebody like Shane Bieber, that would change things significantly for them, and in the National League Central would put them right up in the forefront with Milwaukee and them. So That's an intriguing trade, CJ. All right, trade one. Seattle, the Yankees, and the Reds. Let's go. Come on. Give it to us, Michael. Let's hear it, baby. Let's see. Correa. Oh, what the hell? This thing just went down like 1,000 things. Correa did back up his words, though. Let's be real. Yes, he did, man. I mean, he's a performer, and especially in the clutch. So I got to give him that. I mean, it's Ola's in the house. All right, it's a party time now, man. I love it. What's going on, Ola? How you doing? I always like having you here, man. Damn right, let's get this lockout over. Heck yeah. You have a friend here, so he's going to subscribe. Who's your friend? Is he on here? GameCube, when I'll get mods. I'm not sure. If I can handle it myself, I'll do it. But at some point, mods. I mean, they're not, don't really need them all the time either. So once I get over 10K subscribers, I'll probably consider them. But I'm also working on merch too. Once I get to 10K too, so subscribers. So, but mods at some point will happen. GameCuber, it will happen. I'm with you there, John Doe. Yeah, I mean Sanchez. I mean, I'm glad that they haven't been sexy moves, but they've acquired 2 or 3 free agent catchers on minor league deals. One of them's a 23-year-old guy, solid. They just signed 3 international catchers too this past weekend. So it's good to see they're actually adding catching depth to the system, but they still need an infusion. They still need a young, dynamic catcher, one of these major league kids who was blocked by a superstar. That's it, and I still say that. So, signing the Boras, who I think is baseball's antichrist, means that the Yankees could be in the mix. Yes, Billy, it could. And, Correa would defend his teammates here too, Junior. I would be confident of that. But, he definitely stands up for his teammates. But, I don't agree with the cheating thing. But, he personally, I don't remember him being implicated the way Altuve and Bregman were. But loyalty is loyalty too. So I could see that. But yeah, Billy, yeah, I mean, he's definitely an evil dude. So, but he's the best he's the best in the game. That's why people go to him. So he is the the master at what he does. Big boy, I'm pretty confident the Yankees are going to get Olsen too. I mean, if they got Olsen, Montez, and Contreras 2 trades, I'd be pretty happy. Signing Story, Rodon, and Chris Bryant. But damn, if they got Big boy, if they got all 3 of those guys in trades and signed those 3 guys, I would be pretty darn happy. I really would. I mean, that's assuming too, if Chris Bryant comes in place 3rd, then they've moved Gio in a trade as part of a trade for Olsen and Montez, as well as a bunch of other guys. So, but that will be a heck of an offseason, big boy. That's the type of offseason I like, man. Yeah, baby. Shane Bieber to the Cardinals for maybe Malcolm Nunez, Griffin Roberts, Ryan Holking, Mason Windmer. I think it's probably going to cost at least that, CJ. So I'm with you there. And then you know what? They're not that far away. I mean, they're not that far away. They really aren't. And you know what? I mean, they could come out of nowhere too and sign somebody like a Chris Bryant too. Like they could. They really could. So, but I think bringing in an ace pitcher like that would have a bigger impact on that team right now. They need an infusion of good frontline pitching. They really, really do. So, yeah, well, exactly, big boy. The longer this lockout, the more impulsive. Exactly, it just hurts the game, and it hurts the game. It hurts the fans. Like it's bad. It's a bad look for the game. They're gonna wind up losing a lot of fans, a lot of loyalty. And it's just going to stink, man. It's going to stink. Aaron, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that, man. Our condolences, man. Really. The lockout will end after. That would be really nice if it did, Ralph. Really, again, really. Christian, what's happening, man? Don't worry, man. It's good to have you. Correa just signed. He switched agents. He switched to Scott Boras last night. And so that's a pretty big reveal. He's going for the gusto. He's going for the money. So that pretty much rules out short-term contracts. And it sounds as if, well, he said that their original goal was 330, but I think that's now the floor for them with Scott Boras. And you know Boras, he's going to extract something from somebody. So he always does this. And but he's going for it, man. He's going for the big one. Tyler, trade one. I'm still, where's Maz's trade too? Yankees, Jose Ramirez and Shane Bieber. Oh, yeah. Indians get Clark Schmidt, Randy Vasquez, Herman Dominguez, and Trey Sweeney. That's what it's going to cost. But if you can, dude, if you can get Jose Ramirez and Shane Bieber here, that's a price. That's a price you pay, man. I mean, it really is. Dominguez and Trey Sweeney, and you still have Oswald Peraza. Like, yeah, I would personally, I would do that, Tyler Talbot. I know some folks are not keen on giving up Dominguez, but I mean, Jose Ramirez is Jose Ramirez, man. So, like I said, it's him or Brian Reynolds are the only two guys I would add Dominguez in a trade for. No. Exactly, Ola. Exactly. I mean, you know, if they, falling off like this and trying to just, clean the clock with it and just maximize their revenue. And then, yeah, you're right. They dig themselves into a hole. They have to they have to keep digging themselves out of instead of staying competitive year after year after year and going for it. It's, their revenue is going to be so much more significant if they do that. If they keep putting forth a top-notch team. And again, you want to take advantage of the prime years of Judge and Stanton and Cole. Like, Cole has an opt-out after, I think it's 2024. Do you want him to leave? No, you want to surround the guy with some pitching and some offense, man. We want to win a World Series. I want these guys to win a ring, man. And I want Judge to win a ring. I want Stanton to win. I want Cole to win a ring. And like, why'd you bring him here if you're not going to surround them with the rest of the guys you need to surround them with? No. Signing of Arias and development of Volpe, I could see no reason why the Yankees shouldn't use Cabrera and Sweeney. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly, Kyle. I mean, and I think that's the logic behind it too. Bringing in another shortstop, it makes it more tenable for them to utilize one of these shortstops, in a trade, potentially, maybe even two of them. So in separate trades. So I could see that. And it just it makes it more feasible. It really does. Shane Bieber to the Cardinals for me. Zach Thompson, Moon, Griffin Roberts, Malcolm Nunez. That's another one. CJ. Yeah. Jeff J, what's happening? Now we're just talking a little bit behind here. We're just talking lockout. We're talking Carlos Correa. Some trade ideas. And just I want to continue feeding you guys in with updates when they come in, even if it's small or big, it doesn't matter. Stuff that's relevant, especially to the Yankees, like Carlos Correa bringing in Boras as his agent, can affect the Yankees' calculus here because the Yankees have a history with Scott Boras. So, and there's nothing really going on. So, I don't know if you saw, I did a collab the other day with Derek Lewandowski from NYY Recaps. We had a lot of fun. Talk baseball, talk horror movies. It was really, really cool. So we kind of mix it up to kind of spice things up a little bit during this offseason. So, I definitely want to do that a little bit more. Dominguez straight up for Reynolds. I already said I would do chicken parm. There's no doubt about it. Yes, sir. I would do that. God, this thing just went like 100 down. What the hell? Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. If I miss you, my apologies. Trade 2, Voit, Abreu, Dominguez, Peraza to the A's for Olton, Montez, and Murphy. Abreu, Dominguez, and Peraza to the A's for. Yeah, if you're getting Murphy and Olson back, yes, Mantle 7. And Montez, yes. Did I miss Maz's trade here? I don't see them. Maz is starting. Let me come back here a little bit. Trade 1, Urshela, Herman, Torres, Gil, Schmidt, Cabrera for Cleveland for Bieber, Ramirez, Rosario. Urshela, Herman, Torres, Gil, Schmidt, Oswaldo, Cabrera to Cleveland for Bieber, Ramirez, and Ahmed Rosario. That's another one, Mantle. That's a very intriguing trade. That's a depth trade on both sides. So, how much is left on Hayward's contract, Michael? I don't even know. Contreras and Hayward for Voit. Ugh. That ain't happening. Come on. Trade 3, Brewers, Gallo, Vargas, Voit for Willie Adames, and Aaron Ashby. I like that one, Tyler. I like that one. I like it. Would you give Correa a higher average amount for years to give smaller in later years? I mean, it's hypothetically, yeah, it still averages out to the same salary per year towards the salary cap. Not salary cap, the payroll. So, but if you could front load it, sure. I mean, I would love to give him, if I were to bring him here, I'd give him an 8-year deal for like 320, 40 a year for 8 years or 7 years or something like that instead of 10 or 11. That's what I would do. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, Jason Long. Like, if Judge signs with Boras, lock him up for. We gotta lock him up now before something like this happens. And I don't, let's not think he's not aware that Correa is gone with Boras. So he knows this stuff. That's why the Yankees have to make him an extension offer now. And if he turns it down, they trade him immediately. Because what, you're going to pay an extra $50, $60 million for Judge when you don't have to? He's going to be 31 at the start of this contract. So that's something to keep in mind. Correa's 27. It's a huge difference. And that's my fear. So believe me, Judge he's going to want to get paid too, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Yeah, I'm with you there, Billy Ranch. I mean, every team looks for an advantage one way or another. So, there were like 2 balls to use last year, and a juice ball and a non-juice ball. Then they had like every, pitching side and hitting side. So, and again, if Major League Baseball is allowing juice balls in certain areas, the Major League Baseball is enabling this stuff. So that's why I'm not like obsessed with the sticky tack thing and juice balls, because it's helping both sides. So which is crazy. Yeah, Mantle. 2 trades and 2. Yeah. Yeah. Where did Mazza go? Did Mazza disappear? I'm not seeing anything from Mazza here. I was looking forward to history. He always has these awesome trades, man. Yeah, Junior, I'm with you there too. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Buck Showalter, it's kind of a bummer that he's over there with the Mets. So, do I think the Yankees will win? Not if they don't make the requisite moves. If they make a couple of more moves, I think they can win under Boone Ola. He's had them. He's had them. 2 100 win seasons without Cole, and so he's they've done well, and they just they got robbed in 2018 from the freaking Astros. That was in 2017. I think they can. I think they can, Ola. I really do. But they have to make the right moves. They are several moves away. Lauren Shahadi, she's one of my baseball crushes. She's fantastic. But she's smart. She knows her stuff too, man. I like her. I like Kelly Nash too. She also knows her stuff. They're both gorgeous, by the way. But Kelly Nash is pretty solid, and I think she has double master degrees. They're both very well versed in baseball, that's what's most kind of impressive. But I'm with you there too, Hirsch. I mean, the Yankees. It sounds as if the Yankees might be holding on to some of their top guys, like Dominguez. But believe me, if an opportunity. Like, if they get an opportunity to get Olsen and Sean Murphy here, and Frankie Montez, all 3, and don't think the A's aren't going to be motivated to take a lot of pay, to get payroll relief from the Yankees. They might even accept a little bit of lesser package, something with more depth than up higher end quality. So the longer this thing goes, the more the A's are going to want to clear their payroll. And Derek made a great point to that the other day when we were talking. And this is where I can see they can get a trade like that done without a Dominguez. It would be a lot of pieces, obviously, but if you're taking 3 contracts off their books and you're giving them $30 million in payroll relief, that's like a third of their payroll. So, I would not be surprised. It could happen. Trade 4 Yankees get Willie Contreras and Kyle Hendricks for Gary Sanchez, Florial, Vargas, and Herman. Yeah, I like that trade too, Tyler. I like it. I would still bring in another starter as well. I think Hendricks has 2 more seasons of control, which helps. But I would still bring in another starter as well, whether it's Castillo or Rodon or something like that. 2 guys behind Cole, I think is the right move. Lockout's put a bad taste in my mouth on top of everything. I'm with you there too, Ola. 100%. It stinks on both sides. I mean, it really, really does. Their feet are dug in, and they're just, they want more. They want more. They want more. I'm for the younger, kids getting a high starting raise and maybe getting a quicker path to free agency. And, there's certain things I'm with, but, I don't think there should be intentional tanking. I don't think teams should benefit from intentional tanking with high draft picks and that type of stuff. Shouldn't be happening, and there should be some accountability too for bad performance. So, but I don't see the union kind of agreeing to that type of stuff. Like I've said, a team opt out, but I don't think that's going to ever happen. But maybe the team opt out in a way that it's not. And like Derek made this point too, that salary is no longer attached to their payroll or something like that, or whatever it is. And obviously the player still gets paid, but it's no longer tied to their payroll. So instead of a team just opting out and the player not making any money at all, because the union would never side with that. So, but something should happen. So, yeah, and the revenue sharing thing needs to be changed as well. Bieber would be fantastic. For the Redbirds, yeah, he would. He'd be fantastic with the Yankees too, man. But everybody's right to protest the stupid lockout. Jay Money, what's happening, man? How you doing, bud? Suzuki would be fantastic. My gut tells me he's probably going to Boston, but I hope not. I really hope not. So, right now the lockout's really annoying. If they start having to cancel regular season games, the players, yeah, they'll be sabotaging themselves, man. Like, I don't understand why small progress on both sides is such a bad thing. Make a little bit of improvement. Then the next one you try to go a little bit more instead of trying to go for the moon and missing so many stars along the way. Like, just take small progress. Like, if only that, like, the world, only we thought about that in the country here, but we don't. The lockouts, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I would much rather them shorten the season than shorten spring training because of the ramp up that they need to get ready for the season. Particularly pitchers, they need, that longer ramp up period. So, but it is what it is, man. So, Ludin, what's happening? What's up, man? Lesson play is today. Correa has Scott Boras now as his agent. That could have multiple ramifications across the board. And Jeffrey Bogdan, what's happening, man? All right. Jeffrey and Ludin are here, man. I love it. That's one. And the Yankees had the second best World Series odds going into 2022, which to me, I said a little bit earlier, leads me to believe that they've already had some things close to happening, whether it be just before the lockout and they didn't finalize it, and I think it's going to happen right afterward, or something to that effect. Because I don't think, I know Vegas is not going to bet on the same Yankee roster just being healthier. They're not going to bet and make them the second best World Series odds just on that. There's something else that somebody knows about that we don't know, in my opinion. So that's why I think, there's some stuff that Cashman's going to pull out of his back pocket that we just don't know about. And but I said, I've said this repeatedly, I plan to be somewhat disappointed in one regard, and then in the other regard, pleasantly surprised as well by what he does. So, and that's the mystique of Cashman, because when you think he's going to do nothing, he pulls this monster out. And then you think he's going to do a lot, he does nothing. It's the mystique, but it's also frustrating as hell for us. So what do we got here? Judge and Dominguez for Kyle Tucker, Lance McCullers, and catching prospect Corey Lee. Number one prospect. And then sign Bryant. Oh, my God. Judge and Dominguez for Kyle Tucker, Lance McCullers, catching prospect Corey Lee. Number one. Oh, man. Then sign Bryant. Ethan, man, that's a whopper right there. I don't know if they would do. Would I do it? Damn, Tucker, Lance McCullers, and catching. I'm seriously considering that trade, Ethan. That's interesting. That's interesting. I would hate to see them go there and kill the Yankees as part of the Astros, but but I know Judge has some bad blood about what the Astros did. So, but he has no say. He can't veto any trades. He's not a free agent or anything like that. He's still in his RB year, so he has no veto power at all. So it could happen. It could happen. I would seriously consider that one based on the return. The number one prospect in, catching prospect, starting pitcher, and starting outfielder. With Judge have one more year of control left. Oof. I lean towards yes on that one, Ethan. I lean towards yes. Hall of Highlights, man. I appreciate that, buddy. So, cheers to you, man. Cheers. You ain't too bad yourself, dude. Keep up the good work, too. I'll check out your video at 11, man. But, yeah, I mean, Tyler, the trading Judge to Astros kind of frightens me because I think he wound up going there and hitting 50 home runs a year or whatever if he stays healthy, and he wound up killing the Yankees. That's my fear about it. But I would trade him to the Dodgers or the Padres and Braves. But those are the types of crazy trades too that are intriguing. So I like it, Ethan. But I'm also like, Tyler, I feel I share the same kind of hesitation too. It's hard to say yes to that one. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to say no. So I'm right in the middle of it. Any chance the Royals will trade? Probably not, Chicken Parm. But I mentioned they have a prospect, MJ Melendez, who's their number 4 prospect overall. He's a catcher, and he's blocked by Salvador Perez, who's not starting his 5-year extension until 2022. So he won't be a free agent until 2027. But MJ Melendez is a young, dynamic, really, really good-looking catcher. He's like a top 50 prospect overall in baseball. And he's the guy I would go after. He's the guy, and he's blocked by Perez. So I'd rather have a young, a 10-year younger catcher than Perez, personally. But that's why I don't think they would be moving, because he's essentially the franchise player now there. But that kid Melendez, I'd be all over. Glaber was a glute juice ball. Him and Yelich miss it. Yeah, for some reason, Luden, I think you might be right there. I hope Glaber can make some adjustments. We'll see how the new hitting coach, Dylan Lawson, and those guys do with him. So I'm hoping that he can regain some of his, at least I don't expect 38 home run Glaber Torres either, because he was going for power. He reminded me of Javi Baez. So I think if he can learn to drive the ball all over the place and be more disciplined, if he stays, I'd be happy with that. But, I would not hesitate to put him in a trade for like Matt Olson and like a Frankie Montez, because DJ can just replace him at second base. But Correa or Correa? Correa. I like Correa, man. Soul Correa is awesome. I have third-degree black belts and 2 Korean martial arts, Ron. So I have a very special affinity for Correa. Noda McCullers, I saw a game where you give up 2 long home runs. That happens too, Ralph, unfortunately. But yeah, I see what you're saying, Ralph. Mantle, who do we got here? Urshela, Torres, Herman, Gil, Schmidt, Cabrera of Cleveland for Ramirez, Bieber, Rosario. Yeah, man, that's a monster trade. Absolute monster trade. Absolute monster trade. I would consider that, yeah. Andrew McCutchen and Jock Peterson for bench. McCutchen, I know he complained about their facial hair policy, so I'm not sure he would come back here. He came here in a trade. Jock, I would deal. But if McCutchen came back, if he was willing, those guys, that'd be 2 nice bench pieces right there. It really would. Matt, don't hurt Matt, man. You can give me a stroke here. Actually, biggest signing will be Brett Gardner. I hope not, man. I really hope not. No. Luden, yeah, he's smooth. Roderick Arias, man, he's deserves some of these comparisons to Wander Franco. He really does. I hope that he turns out to be that good. I really do. I would Dominguez in a trade for Washington for Soto if that's any way possible. Kyle, I hear saying I don't think Soto's going to – well, personally, I don't think he's going to be moved. I think they're going to wind up locking him up. And don't be surprised, too, if they bring in Chris Bryant and somebody like Castellanos or something like that to beef up offensive and build around Soto. He's just the they have somebody special there. This is a generational player. So unless they're going to you're going to need a lot for Soto, man, a boatload, and he's not going to be a free agent until, what is he, 20 now, something like that? He's not going to be free agent for several more years. So I think they're going to try to lock him up and build around him. But if they trade him, there's going to be no shortage of suitors, that's for sure. Rizzo, Cole, Stanton, Judge, build around them. I mean, Rizzo's definitely a gamer. I mean, he's a gamer. He's a good teammate. He's a leader. So, if he came here, I would be fine with it. I would be fine with it. Olsen's my first pick, but Rizzo I'd be fine with. Asking price of Jose Ramirez. Oh, it's going to be through the roof. Bieber is probably more realistic than Ramirez, and Ramirez and Bieber is going to be astronomical. So it's going to be very, 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 very priced, very, really steep price for those guys. It better be. I hope it's South Korea. All right, Seattle. Oh, Maz is back, man. Where'd you go, dude? Seattle. Oh man, why did they scroll down again so freaking far? Where's Maz's trade now? Where did it go? Scroll back up here a little bit. I just saw Maz's. Trade one is up after Hirsch. Where the hell? What? This thing's just scrolling down like crazy. Tyler's got a blockbuster trade too. Let's see if Tyler's trade. I'm looking for it, Mazza. Can you post, if you don't mind? We don't mind posting up that trade one again. I'm sorry, I can't find it here. Yankees need to trade judge of extensions. 100%, man. I mean, this is something I've been stressing for almost a year now. You're 100% right, Tyler. 100% right. Yeah, Manfred, God, yeah. Yeah, the 2-ball, yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there, Luton. I'm with you, man. Mets judge in a Mets uniform? Yeah, that would suck. That would stink, man. As are we, Daily Dose. I want to see some baseball games this season. Really can't wait, man. Every trade we see in here is just to sprinkle some cash to make it happen. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Luton. I mean, I think, these portions of a lot of these trades, or all of them, are based in reality. Not only based on what we want, but Toon Vandervelde. Good. How are you? I'm great. How are you? I think portions of these trades, or parts of them, are realistic. Obviously, the Yankees are going to have to wind up giving a little bit more in certain trades, and sometimes the other trades will. But I think these trades could be doable to a certain degree. So we're not saying anything that's insane, at least in my opinion. So in Daily Dose, yes, the Red Sox did cheat. Yes, 100%. So I think you guys put forth reasonable trades. Some of them are crazy blockbusters, but that's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. I love it. I love it, man. It gets us thinking, man. So, and I don't want to see any of those guys in another uniform either, Jason. Hell no. Mr. In Between on Hulu. No, I didn't. I haven't, Ludin, but I will. Now that you mention it, I'll check it out. I need something to check out. So, Nicholas, I mean, Freeman's he's going to be expensive, but again, he's a Hall of Fame trajectory first baseman. So if they got him, I wouldn't be offended. So Judge to the Mariners, man. For who? Who would you trade him for, Ron? Yeah, I'm with you there too, Dave. We'll get a better idea on the pulse of this lockout, how much progress can be made based on their proposal. I think it's going to be significantly different than obviously the owner's proposal, but we'll see how willing they are to compromise. So I agree with you. Hey, Billy. All right. Welcome. I'm glad she liked it. That's fantastic. Fantastic. She's always welcome. Voigt's only got a team who's tough. And Voigt's a tough guy. I mean, and I've seen some workout footage of him this offseason. He's looking good, man. He's looking good. The problem is this just the injury takes a lot out of him, unfortunately. So I hope he can stay healthy if he stays here. I really do. And, that's the other thing too, Hirsch. We need some more versatility, more athleticism. So instead of a lot of DHs. Nelson, let's see. The trade will be Olsen, Murphy, Montez, and another pitcher, or Chapman, to the Yankees for 40. Andujar, Davey, Torres, and Urshela. Olsen, Murphy, Montez, and the pitcher. I mean, I would love that, Nelson. I think we're going to have to give up on the Yankee side more to get those 4 guys. I mean, what you said might be enough to get Olsen and Murphy, or Olsen and Montez. But we're going to have to give up a little more than that, Nelson. In my opinion. I could be wrong, but in my opinion. If the Padres want to move Machado, we should take him along with Jake Cronenworth in exchange for Torres, Urshela, Schmidt. And that's something I would do, Kyle. I mean, if and there's been speculation that he might be wanting to move. They might be wanting to move him, and at the very least, it would be wise for them to consider Machado. He's a great player, and he still has. He's got 7 years left, but he's a superstar. And again, it would give the Padres some payroll relief and giving them some young players in return. So, somebody put out the other day, and I responded to it. And somebody attacked us for being arrogant Yankee fans and blah blah blah. Even though the Padres, just traded for 4 starting pitchers in the span of a year, so the Yankees are not allowed to make moves like that. And again, it was a compliment in my opinion to Machado because he is a stud player. So why would we not want him? You know what I mean? If they can't trade for Reynolds, how about Cedric Mullins? Reynolds would be my first get. Cedric Mullins, I don't know if it would be. I don't know if the Orioles would trade him to a division team, but it would cost more than it would Reynolds because of that fact. But can't hurt. But Reynolds, I would love. Montez to the Cardinals from Zach Thompson. Roberts. That's a maybe too, CJ. Yeah, I would agree. Corey Seagan to me as a second baseman should be the best in the game right now. Could you imagine if Texas signed? Texas signed Correa and plugged him at third and had Seager at second and then had Simeon at short. My goodness gracious. Whew. Anywhere noise up to in comments. I'm trying to catch up here. Tyler, Blockbuster. Padres get Gallo, Judge, Chapman, Green, Gio for Luis Camposano, Mackenzie Gore, Ethan Elliott, Robert Hassel. Why? Oh, damn, that's a monster. I would do that, Tyler. Yes. Hall of Highlights. Good to you. Good night, too, buddy. I'll check out your video, too. I am catching up. Aaron Hicks' situation, he was unflattering in winter ball. Didn't really do much. He's not the answer for the Yankees, in my opinion. So he's not. Athletics catching prospect. Yeah, Tyler Soderstrom, Michael Mazza. Yes. He's blocked by Sean Murphy, too. So I would go after him, too. 100%. How about trading Gleyber Torres, Luke Voigt, Albert Abreu, manager Boone for Didi, and manager Joe Girardi? Managers have been traded before. And Ralph, that's a good one, man. That's a bold. I like those types of trades. If Judge were to go to the Astros, it would be probably. Judge is a mature guy. I mean, I think so. Judge trade to Braves. Get Judge and Chapman for Garnino, Kyle Muller, Tucker Davidson, Drew Waters, and Shea Langoliers. That's the type of trade I would do, Tyler. That's what I'm talking about. Good depth and good players. Langoliers, too, a top catching prospect. Yes. George Marason and Danny DeVito. Judging out, too. I love that. That's fantastic. Oh, man. Head out because I'm trying to recover from COVID for a second time. Mazza. Please recover, man. Please get well, buddy. Please get well and be safe, man. All right? And all the best to you as always. Love your trade ideas. Come back on Saturday if you're feeling better, dude. We'll talk to you next time. Cedric Mullins quit sit trading at only 5'8". I'd rather have Brian. Well, I think Reynolds is more realistic for the Yankees than Mullins. So I think it's just trading. They also traded dogs, bleachers. I was hell. I'd let crackheads watch games for free. Looting you nuts, man. Girardi back. Girardi got a lot out of underperforming players, and he put a fire under Sanchez's ass. That's one of the things I didn't like about him, and I respected that a lot, man. From a catcher to a catcher, he was an average catcher, and he worked his ass off, Girardi, and he came, was beloved here as a player with the Yankees. And, I wish Sanchez would have learned more from him. And she was willing to learn more or apply more. Ralph Houck. What do I think about my trade for Frankie Montes to the Cardinals? Yeah, I mentioned that. I mean, I think that's probably going to be the cost. And again, Montes or Bieber to the Cardinals would be an upgrade in their rotation significantly. So I think that they should consider a trade like that. No, I think they should. See him more like Girardi, but it won't happen. Yeah, exactly, Ola. Exactly. international catchers that the Yankees signed. I don't really know. Some of them are younger, but they tend to rocket through the system a little bit more rapidly than the guys that they draft, and they don't draft enough catchers in like the college amateur draft. They just don't. So, and they need to do more of that as well. They need a more robust catching pipeline. They do. They really, really do. So, and it's something that I hope to see some of these guys progress. I really do. Do the Yankees have the players to get Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, or Peralta from the Brewers? Yeah, I mean, but it's going to cost the Dominguez. It's going to cost, Dominguez for Burns or Woodruff. Yeah, and other players as well. I mean, probably quite a few other prospects. Maybe a major league player or two too. They have it. They're going to have to include Jason Dominguez though. So, Udall, COVID for 3. Dude, I'm. I hope it wasn't that bad. I hope anybody that gets it, recovers quickly from it. I definitely. We've been hunkered down for 2 years trying to just dodge this thing. I have 2 little girls who are not old enough to be vaccinated yet. So, and that's why we hunker down to protect the girls. How about Mikey? Because for Patterson wife trade back in the 70s. I don't remember that, but the wife trade. Any wife trades are pretty. I would imagine are pretty legit. Judge trade 5. Angels get Judge and Chapman, Reed Detmers, Joe Adell, Kai Bush, Jordan Adams, Christopher, Max Stassi, Jason Jensen, John. Well, with Judge having 1 more year left, and the Angels do have enough money to give him an extension next year, and you're sending him a Aroldis Chapman too, I would do it even if it's in the American League. That's I would do that in the American League to get all that depth back. I would do that. Yes. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you too, man. But Scherzer should have been a Yankee. Yep. Well, I don't disagree, Jason, at all, man. Cash and hell. They put together a very mismatched team. So just, blame certain players, but they're the leaders of this crew. They have to assemble the right team. So, and that's the thing. Scared hell. Dominguez is 87. What are you talking about? Baseball America. Volpe's moved up to 10, and Jason Dominguez is like 16. He's top 20 now. Dominguez, Davey. I have not seen any list where he's 87. Yeah, they've been in Volpe just moved from 12 to 10. So as of today, actually. So I'll check that again. But at 87, I know I've never seen him at 87 before. So I'd be shocked. But I'll look at that tonight. George had the balls. He would have already brought in Correa. He would have probably, made his big trade. He would have probably, brought in Correa and somebody else already. Traded for Olsen. Or he would have done something. And then he would have made more moves after the lockout too. Pray with the Diamondbacks for Ketel Marte and Carson Kelly. I mean, that would be a nice trade here. A nice, durable, reliable catcher and a versatile player. Yeah. Hicks, Voit, Garcia, and Herman. I think it's going to cost. You're going to have to add an Oswald Peraza, something like that, or Everson Pereira. You're going to have to offer a top prospect or 2 with those guys, I think, or swap out one of those guys for one of these guys. So, but that's what I think that's what the price will probably be. Mets overpaid on Scherzer, yeah, but they're very serious about winning the World Series, so that was kind of a necessary overpay. And again, it's only a 3-year deal, so it's not going to hamstring the team that long. But that's where they're at right now. They want to bring in the best guys possible and try to win the World Series. Hopefully, that doesn't happen, but at least doesn't happen before the Yankees. But they're not done yet making moves yet either. I think they have another move or 2 under, that's going to happen before the season starts. Once this lockout's over, the Mets are going to strike again. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that the Scherzer deal is only 3 years. So had it been like 7 years, something like that, That would have been completely insane. 3 years for $43 million per. Okay, but if he stays healthy, he's the best, one of the best pitchers in the game. You have him and Jacob deGrom now. Like, oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. Analytics is ruining. Well, I think over reliance on analytics is definitely ruining baseball. Obsession with analytics, yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. Certain things, again, like I said before, certain components of analytics, certain components of instincts and common sense and good fundamental baseball. It has to be a healthy balance between them. I missed it, Tyler. Give me that Yankees-Dodgers trade again, man. This thing is scrolling down like lightning fast now. Let me see this. Let's see. MLB. Yeah, Tyler, shoot me that Yankees-Dodgers trade. If you don't mind, put it back here. But I'm sorry, I didn't see it, but I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. MLB top 100 prospects, right? Okay. All right. Anthony Volpe here is 15. Right? I don't know if you can see it. 15. Jason Dominguez, 17. Volpe was just bumped up to 10 yesterday. So I don't see him at 87. I don't see how he can move from 17 to 87 without any baseball happening to justify that. You know what I mean? So, trade me to the Yankees. I'll do it. I'll love to play for the Yankees. I'll put the cleats back on again and give it everything I got. I'm still pretty fast, by the way. I can run faster than most of the team. So, I would agree with you too. If George were alive, there would be a different manager. Cashman for the Mafia. Yeah, I think the Mafia could run this team pretty well. I think. I agree with you 100% there. 100%, baby. George, oh my God, yeah, he would have struck like 5 or 6 or 7 times in this region. They would have a $300 million payroll. You know. Scherzer will end his career in a Cardinals uniform. Well, that's where I think he's from, right? Is he from Missouri? So I could see that. Like an all 1-year deal or something like that. I could see that. While Hal's doing his sitting his tiddlywinks. I know. Yeah, I agree with you too, Billy. They're more okay with the skipper disagreement analytics than the Yankees are. I agree with that. That's for sure. Very good point. Very good point. Try to get Olsen in a trade, if not 30 million, 7 years for Freddie. Whew, that's a lot, but that's probably what he's going to get. I think he'll get 6 years. If not, sign Rizzo before he goes to Boston. That's my other fear. He's going to go to Boston. If not, get Schwarber and figure it out with DJ. Yeah. Well, if you can get Schwarber, then you trade Gleyber Torres probably for Olsen, and then you move DJ to second. That's probably what, probably what he's going to do. And Dominguez, Barry, 30 plus. I don't know, man. He looks pretty good, man. He just made some mechanical adjustments to his swing, too. He's kind of lifting up his back arm now, which is a little bit better for a more level swing. And he's fixed his leg kick. I saw some footage of him the other day, and he looks pretty damn good, Dominguez, right now. So he looks pretty fit, too. And, so that's my eye. So my eye is not everybody else's eye. But where's that Tyler Yankee Dodgers trade? Judge, Torres, Chapman to the Dodgers. Judge, Torres, and Chapman for Bobby Miller. Diego Cartillo. Is that their catching prospect or number 1 prospect? Dustin May, Gavin Lux, Bristol Grad. Oh my God, I would do that in a heartbeat, Tyler. Heartbeat. Love that trade, man. Love that trade. Brandon, kid's last name, Maia, M-A-Y-E-A. Right, M-A-Y-E. I think it's M-A-Y-E-A. Brandon Maia. He's already the projected number 1 international prospect for 2023, and it's the speculation is already that the Yankees are have the inside track to sign him. He's a center fielder. No. And he's apparently he's more highly regarded than Jason Dominguez, which is crazy. I just read an article in the New York Post and said that Jason Dominguez. Let me see. Jason Dominguez. SB Nation here. Volpe, Oswald Peraza, and Jason Dominguez. Volpe's 10, Oswald's 55. Somebody has, okay, I see it now. I don't know how, who is this? Let's see. He has a higher grade than Volpe. I mean, he has a higher grade than Oswald Peraza, but the same grade as Volpe. But for some reason, these people, Baseball America. Yeah, I found it now. I'm confused at how he can go from 17 to 87. I don't know about that. I don't agree with that. I think that's crazy. I think that's absolutely insane. Good source that Volpe most likely be a second base. Yeah, he's either going to be a shortstop or a second baseman. I think that's where he profiles best, in my opinion. As long as he played well and hit, I don't care where he is. This kid Arias looks very good. He's smooth. He's got good, range on the field. He can throw the ball accurately from any angle. He's got a smooth hitting from both sides, and he also has good strike zone recognition. So he's a good-looking player. So, and if he turns out to be anything close to Juan DeFranco, man, I'd be really, really happy. Really happy. I think the Yankees will be very happy too. So, yeah, Brandon Maia. There he is, Mayea. That's him. Sure, it's just from Chesterfield, Missouri. Yep. Who's about to turn the corner, guy? Yeah, maybe. Hold on. Oh, man. George's live. He would have never allowed Scherzer to the man. No, hell no. He would have been. No, you're right. He would have given him 3 years, 140. He would have done it. Freeman, 6 years, 65. Man, if he went to the Yankees for under $11 million per year for 6 years, then the Yankees would be stupid to say no to that. But he's going to make $25 million a year, Freddie Freeman, at least. At least. Boone St. Times, no more Mr. Nice Guy himself when he's angry and still. Yeah, exactly. He's like Screech from Saved by the Bell. International signing work. Just wondering how we've had no chance to grab the number one guy. Haven't had the chance to. It's just the teams are offered a certain amount of pool, signing pool, and the Yankees have kind of shifted focus from kind of spreading it out across the board to paying top dollar for the top prospect over the last couple of years. Jason Dominguez was number one. This kid Arias was number one. It sounds like this kid Maia is number one. And so the Yankees are allocating, their very, very, very highest resources. And they have a good pipeline of international scouts and stuff like that. So they have the inside track on a lot of these guys, but they're willing to pay $4 million out of a $5 million pot. 80% of their pot is going towards this kid, Roderick Arias. So, and not many teams are willing to do that because, teams, and if you look at the list, I mean, there's some teams out there that sign like 25 guys, and the Yankees signed 7. They just spent a boatload on the one guy. So their philosophy has changed recently on international signings. They're just spending more and they're realizing that they're getting more bang for their buck signing the top guys. And it just puts more prospect capital on the high levels of their system. So, so that's the easiest way to kind of decipher it. Let me see. Looking for Tyler Talbot's Giants trade here. I saw your Dodgers one. I saw your Booney's Unurios content comment. Where's your Giants trade, bro? Where is it, man? Is it before your Giants? Wait, Judge to Mariners for Emerson, Hancock, Brandon Williamson, Kyle Lewis, Luis Torres. That's something I would do. Tyler Talbot. Yes. I see your Mariners one. Max Scherzer, frontless card. You think he's going to go to the Cardinals for 2 years, 50 after the 3-year deal with the Mets? Whew, he's going to be in his 40s. And Matt Bush. Oh, man, I like that, Tyler. Matt Bush, yeah. I like these returns we're getting. I like these returns we're getting for Judge, Tyler, in your trades. That's kind of a representative return. Like, keep in mind, the Yankees are going to pay top dollar for Tyler. I mean, Matt Olson and some of these other guys. Teams are going to have to pay top dollar for freaking Aaron Judge. That's the way it has to be, man. And he's justified. Ola, thank you so much for that super chat, Donna, man. I appreciate you, man. Any other collab in the work? Hit the like. Yeah, if you guys haven't hit the like yet, please hit that like button. Trying to get up to 100 likes if we can. I do have a couple collabs in the work. Yeah, I'm doing. I got a couple coming in. They're coming. We'll be recording them in the next, within the next week and 1 to 2 weeks. I have at least 2. I'm working on a third, but I've also reached out to some of the Yankee people too. I'm trying to get some of them. I want to get somebody that has an insight with the Yankees here on this channel. So I invited Rachel Balkovic. I also reached out to Sweeney Murdy as a Yankees reporter. I reached out to Ken Rosenthal too. And I know I'm kind of small fries compared to some other folks, but I'm going to keep going until I get somebody that's related to the Yankees on this channel. And I think that would be pretty awesome. And we have one of the best, me personally, Yankee fan communities on this channel. So well-rounded, knowledgeable fans who are passionate about the team, I think would, and I would do a live with that person so that we could open it up for questions for all of you, so that you could be part of it. So I want you all to be part of that one. So yeah, I got some stuff in the works. I really do. You'll know about it when it happens. I'll give you guys the heads up. 58 coming off the end of 20. Yeah, Mantle. And they have over 100 million coming off the next 5 years. So they have a lot. That's why this is the time to be aggressive in free agency. No doubt about it, man. Roderick Arias or Anthony Volpe, who's there, MLB. Arias, they're already drawing comparisons to Wander Franco. Volpe, they're drawing comparisons to Jeter with a little bit better bat. So more of a, I don't know who's got. I'd say Jeter with a better bat right now. He's got a lot of intangibles, man. LI Yankee King, only single fan looking to trade away players while everyone's looking to add and blind to see how adding without subtraction. Well, I think there's got to be a combination too with the Yankees. Luden. Invite Pete. Pete who? Luden. Sweeney would be a good get. That is pretty sharp. Retooling Long Island. Yeah. Anzo in the shift. I follow the shift. I do follow the shift. That's him and I are working on that. We're going to put together a collaboration, big boy. Shift is one of them. I have a big one that I'm going to be doing a collab with to a big Yankee YouTuber. That's another one we're going to be doing. So at least 2 right now. Would I pay top dollar for Judge? Here's a few knocks that lowers value. I would pay top dollar for 6 or 7 years. No longer than that. I appreciate you all, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna invite some former players too, and believe me, I'm kind of putting out feelers on everybody, man. So I'm not gonna stop until I get some of these people on here. So, but I appreciate that, bro. They can get a lot for Judge. I think they would only trade him if they offered him an extension and he turned it down. Ron, have a great night to you too, man. Thank you, buddy. Pete is in. Oh, I know. Okay, there's some name there. They have that NYY News TV and all that stuff, and they're doing like a big thing with their channel right now. My wife is home from the hospital until Saturday. Be safe. All the best, Udo. May she recover. May she be well, man. And be safe to you too, man. Be well. All the best. Joe is McFly. Joe is McFly. Who's that? Mike Francesca. Francesca? Yeah. That would be freaking nuts. That would be freaking nuts. So, I've done 3 collabs with Derek already. I really enjoy doing them with him. We click really well. We mesh well. He's got great insights, content, and we have a lot of fun. I just did my most recent one. I had him on my channel, big boy. You'll see it, Talking Baseball with Derek Lewandowski as one of my videos. And so I don't know if NYY News would do a collab with me. I'm not sure that they would or not. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe he might. I mean, I'll consider anybody here. And if it makes sense, yeah. I mean, but I'm just not sure that he would be interested. And what Scherzer is doing right now, at least one more fairly lucrative contract. Yeah, CJ, no doubt about it. Mike Yastrzemski, Camilo Doval, Patrick, Bailey, Kyle Harrison, Hunter. Oh man, Tyler. That's a beast. I like that one, Tyler. That's a package right there, baby. Yastrzemski, Doval, Patrick, Bailey, Kyle Harrison, Hunter Bishop, Seth Curry. That's a beast right there, Tyler. I like that. Tyler. Nicholas, I would offer Aaron Judge 7 years for $210, or at the most 7 years for $245, between 30 and 35 per, no longer than 7 years. If he says no to that, I trade him immediately. Batters, pitchers fear the most. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Stanton, Mike Trout. You know, I think there's some other guys on that list now. Soto, Vlad Guerrero Jr., like Shohei Ohtani. Stanton, when Stanton's on, he's like Barry Bonds type good. He's just unstoppable when he's on. Like, it's ridiculous. Simonetti source, yeah. Yeah, I've seen you on there a few times. You've seen me on there. I watched some of their videos as well. I'm not sure that they would be interested to come on this channel. I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, I would consider it, Tyler. Yeah. I do have a couple of collabs in the works, Tyler, just so you know. I do have a couple in the works. So trying to put together the details and the dates and all this stuff, but those are coming too. And but if Simonetti wanted to come on, I would have him on. I mean, I'm not sure they would have me on their thing, but I mean, they have their group now, so I don't know if they want other people on. But I would mean, if they invited me on, I would go on. Yeah. I mean, why not? It's sharing different insights and what stuff, and it would be cool. I mean, you just learn different perspectives and whatnot, and it'd be cool. You know, as I'm gonna be doing a little bit more of that now. So that I'm a little bit more, the channel's a little bit more well known, and I'm gonna do them a little bit more just to get a different take from different people and stuff like that. So, of course, Udall, man, of course, bro, of course. But anytime I do, especially if I have somebody like a high profile person or something like that, and I want to make that one, I would make that a live one most likely, and I would want you guys and gals to be part of it, so you could ask live questions and stuff like that. So, invite Boone, or hiding in the chat, and we jump from what That's kind of mafia style too, if you think about it. That's some Michael Corleone stuff right there. You have to answer for Santino, Carl. Like, Luda, man, I like the way I like how you think, man. I do. Ron Blomberg, huh? Chicken parm? Ron Blomberg, Yeah. I mean, I've seen some of haters' racist stuff. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate, man. Pete Rose. Pete Rose, man, damn. That'd be kind of cool. All the best, Udo. That would be kind of cool to have him, kind of cool to have him on here. Somebody like that would be freaking awesome. I mean, I'd love to have some ex-Yankees on here. I mean, if I can get David Cohn on here and like some of those other guys, even Bernie or Mo, like, that would be so cool to have him on here. And I don't think I'm not going to invite them at the very least and reach out to all these guys. And I'm going to try. I think I'm going to try to get maybe a celebrity Yankee fan on here at some point if they're ever willing to do it. So, why is Carl Crawford and Hall? Yeah, no idea. No idea. Well, that's true too, big boy. Whether it's Andrelton Simmons or if it's Carlos Correa, that chicken fries bucket is going to be ridiculous. So, I have a feeling, Eric Levi, that Judge is willing to wind up. If he signs Scott Boras as his agent, he'll say no to 7 years and 30 per. But I think they need to lock him up before that, or at the very least offer it now, because at some point then they're gonna have no chance of trading him if he says no. The longer they wait, the less leverage they're gonna have. So nobody's gonna pay a haul for a half year at Judge, not as much as they would pay for a full year at Judge. So D-Rod, man, if I ever got invited to the Tonight Show, man, I would spend the whole time just shouting out all the people from all you guys. That's what I would be doing, man. Shouting love to the mafia, man. You know what I mean? 7 for 250. That's probably what it's going to be. It's probably going to get that close to it. So take the team bowling after game. Yeah, man. D-Rod, yeah. Yeah, Schwarber's not really a great glove. I mean, we got to get him one of them big ass, huge gloves, man. So he can scoop up stuff even if it's like halfway between the bases. So we need a good glove at first base, no doubt about it, man. Posada, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try and get some of these guys here, and I have a feeling they're probably gonna want my subscriber base to be a little bit higher and whatnot. But I mean, it can't hurt to try. So. Canseco, yeah, man. Imagine having Canseco on here. Oh my god, you're freaking nuts, man. Scherzer, Wainwright, Flaherty, Hudson, Mets, maybe. My god, in 2020, you think Scherzer's still gonna be playing in 2025? Well, I mean, if he's healthy and dominant, then yes, he could be the Tom Brady of baseball. Invite Andy Pettit. I'm gonna invite all these guys. A-Rod. I mean, it can't hurt. It can't hurt. What's the worst that happens? I say no, or they ignore me. I mean, I'll get somebody to bite. I don't care who it is. I mean, Cameron, maybe I'll get one of them. If I get a former player, maybe it'd be so freaking cool. Peraza, Dominguez, Stanton, Schmidt, and Luis Hill for Tatis. Oof, man! Now you're going big time here, big boy. Can we add Campusano, one of their top catching prospect to Tatis? I as much as I would hate to see Stanton go, and this isn't really a payroll relief for either team because Tatis is expensive, so is Stanton. But you're going to get Peraza and Dominguez and Schmidt and Hill also. I would want to add somebody to Tatis, like Luis Campusano or CJ Abrams or something like that. Something like that, because the Padres are definitely more, they're definitely win now mode too. So, giving them more pitching depth too. I mean, I would want to catch. I would want a top prospect with coming back with Tatis. That's what I would want. But that's a beast of a trade too, big boy. If Hal wants to do without giving us cheap, he's make beers before. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Freaking Hal Steinbrenner, man. Posadas with Jeter, Miami. Yeah. Yes, he is. They're best friends. Consider having call-ins. If it's a podcast, what I would do that. Let people call in and ask some questions and whatnot. So, yes. Oh, you're absolutely right, Tyler. I mean, right up the middle, catching, shortstop, center fielder. Like those are the three prime positions. You know, and shortstop especially tends to be one of the more athletic players, the most versatile players. Center field too, they generally can play more multiple outfield positions, and those are the three prime positions. Which is, I mean, the Yankees are deep in the farm outfield and shortstop, but not catching, and I don't understand why. They need to be more robust in the catching pipeline. They really do. Jeff Nelson and Graham Lloyd Tank. Oh my! I would just ask them about the ass kicking they threw on Armando Benitez. It was great, man. Phillies acquire Clay Holmes. Yankees acquire Adonis Medina. Jordan Virus, 2 players. I don't know enough about those guys, LI Yankee King. Tell me about, Medina and Virus. I don't know enough about them. Yeah, that's the thing, Sylvester. That's my fear about Judge just breaking down at some point. That's my fear. Podcast with Gio Posada. I would do it. It doesn't. My God, yeah. I just don't know how much the Yankees they would want to talk since they're no longer affiliated with the Yankees. So, but I'll talk to them about the Marlins too. That'd be kind of cool. And exactly, that's the other thing, Tyler. Clay Holmes is about to be a very valuable mainstay here in the rotation. He's got several years of control. I don't know. Aaron Nola's going to have to come back in a trade or something like that. I used to pitch in my hometown for a small travel team. Was in college. He's in college in San Diego, right, big boy? Did he go to San Diego State? Was he coached by Tony Gwynn? Frankie Diaz is in the house, man. Happy New Year, man. Welcome. It's good to see you as always. What's good, man? Podcast with Kenny Powers. So that'd be fun. Fluid in 3rd in the division. If they don't make moves, yeah, 3rd in the division. Yep. Get Clemens. He wants to be on social media. Actually, dude, that's a great idea. That's a fantastic idea, Ola. Wait, I got to take a photo of that. Because I actually just started following him on Instagram because I saw that. Was it Instagram or Twitter? I don't remember which one it was. Maybe Twitter. And I met him a bunch of years ago at a Broadway show. So I would love to have him on, man. Hey, it's good to have you back. All the highlights, man. Hey, man, that's the thing. You get the adrenaline pumping in this when we do our live streams, man. It just gets everybody fired up, man. Podcast with Girardi would be cool. I'm just not sure that he would do it as manager of the Phillies. Well, I don't think he would talk about the Yankees too much, but I would talk to him about the Phillies as well. Even Miami hates A-Rod. They refuse to have a stream after him. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Ralph. Honestly, I'm not surprised at that. And outfielders Stanton, Hicks, and Judge. Yeah. Yeah, but Stanton become a little bit more agile with, yoga. So he leaned out a little bit just this past year, but he didn't lose any of that power, man. Fishwiz is here. What's good, man? Welcome. It's good to see you. I want this lockout to be over too, man. My opinion, let either Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, or Cole walk. They would hurt us. I agree. If I'm going to send Judge out, it's going to be for the American League West or the National League West. But more preferably the National League West. But I agree. Those guys, I think Cole would kill us. Rizzo, more likely Stanton and Judge. Of course I am. Yeah, I'm subscribed to your channel, dude. Yeah. Rodon, yes. Giants acquire Stanton, $1 million international money. Yankees acquire Brown West, dirty prospect. Giants take all Stanton's deal. I'm not sure. How good is Arback? I agree with you too, Tyler. Aaron Nola is a good trade deadline candidate. I agree with that. Swisher, you know what? Damn. That's another good one, Ola. Dude. You have a personal connection with Nick Swisher. You do, Nicholas? How so? think there's any way we could facilitate having Swisher on here? That would be freaking awesome. I would love to have that guy, man. I think we'd all have a lot of fun with him. I'm with you too, Jason. They go, we're screwed, 100%. Chaz Palminteri, yeah, my mom's met him a few times, and my mom used to work in the Broadway theaters, and she met him. He was a really cool guy. I actually would love to have him too, man. That guy's a legend, dude. Chaz Palminteri, another one. I'm gonna take a photo of that too because I think my mom will get a kick out of that too. My offseason trade for Olsen and Montez in exchange for Torres, Voigt, Schmidt, and Peralta. Trade for Contreras in exchange for Sanchez and Herman. San Carlos Rodon and Eddie Rosario. I like Rosario. So in this we would get a first baseman. We'd also get 2 starting pitchers and a catcher and an outfielder. That's a nice offseason, Kyle Gibbs. A nice offseason. I agree with you, Tyler. I want more back if I'm trading Stanton. Stanton's value is high right now because of his production, and his contract is actually a steal based on what these guys are getting now. So I would want more. So I'm with you there 100%, Tyler. That's a fantastic point. Yeah, and I think, no, I mean, if Philly's not playing well, I can see them moving Nola. Start a podcast. You're close to getting David Cohn on. How is that? How are you making that one possible? Dude, that's awesome. You mean start to do a podcast together or be on your podcast? What do you mean, Hall? Reach out to me on the IG and give me some details. And definitely give me some details. Mets and Red Sox will make a major push for you. Yes, they will. If he reaches free agency, yes, they will. Most certainly. Man, having Conan would be really, really cool. Highlights. Peraza, Oswald. Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about. I was wondering what you meant by like Wandy Peralta. Denzel is a long time Yankee fan. I've seen him at Yankee games. He is a diehard Yankee fan. He's been that way his whole life. He's the first person I thought of when I said a celebrity. Yankee fans, I would do anything to get Denzel Washington on one of these to talk baseball with him. I mean, he's my favorite actor in the whole world. And he's been my favorite actor pretty much my whole life. He could do a movie about orange juice and it would be cool. Like, I would go, I mean, yeah. Mets acquire Roldis Chapman. Yankees acquire Thomas Sipsuki. Nick Meyer, Mets 20 and 24 prospect. Mets take all Chapman's deal. Well, just to get some prospect depth, I would probably make that move for Chapman to the Mets. Joe Torre, I thought of him too. He would be fantastic. And your brother's girlfriend's cousin is David Cohn. Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty darn cool. Tyler Talbot, you wouldn't get a lot for Stanton, and you're telling a team to take his whole deal. It would have to be more than that, though. Let's remember, because the Yankees aren't even paying his whole. I mean, Marlins are paying some of it. So even the Giants would be getting an abbreviated part of his contract, too. So it would still have to be more, one way or another. Short term. Send Rizzo for 3. Trade for Castillo. Trade for Reynolds. Trade for Bassett for cheap. And trade Contreras for cheap. Bassett for cheap. And trade. So you would get Castillo, Bassett, Contreras, and Brian Reynolds, and bringing back Rizzo. That's a really solid offseason too, Luden. Den's on the fly. Oh, yeah, I've seen every one of his movies, Luden. Yeah. Every one of them. And loved Flight, loved Training Day, loved The Equalizer, everything he does. Philadelphia, like even The Glory back in the day. There's so many good movies. He's incredible. Incredible. CJ, good night, buddy. Hopefully I'll see you on Saturday. I'm going to wrap up a little bit too. Rod Carew replace Ruff. If he'd ever consider it, yeah. I mean, Rod Carew's a legendary hitter. One of the best ever. Larry David would be nuts. Would be absolutely nuts. Had a neighbor who's cousins with Tim Hudson. He had Andrew Jones and Chipper Jones autographed all of his room. That's pretty cool. Rudy Giuliani talking Yankees. Yeah, he's crazy. He's nuts now. He's probably in deep trouble too. So I'm gonna avoid the the Rudy Giuliani invite. Man on Fire, I absolutely loved. Mississippi Messiah, I've seen pretty much everything. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I mean, so many good movies with Denzel. It's just, oh God, Remember the Titans. He's in so many great movies. Do you think the Montreal Expos will become? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all. I mean, if you can expand somewhere, Montreal would be kind of cool. I would like to see the Expos again. I love their jerseys. Stand to the Dodgers, Gavin Lux, Bobby Miller, Cartillo, but Dustin May. 100%. I would do that today, Tyler Talbot. Today, baby. Padres. The Brewers. Luke Voigt, Yankees acquire Antoine Kelly. Brewers 10-30. Yeah, I'd probably do that, LI Yankee King. That crazy Italian. you talking about Vic DiBitetto. He's fantastic, man. He is nuts, but he is fantastic. Granderson will be a great interview. I like Granderson's a class guy, man. Yeah, he would be a great coach. No, there's no way Giuliani. He's not rich enough to buy the Yankees anyway. He's nuts. He's so toxic. So, Flight was incredible. American Gangster too. The one of the things that makes Denzel unique, I think, Luden, is that he, yeah, exactly, no politics, man. And Rudy Giuliani's nuts, man. So, that Denzel, he's very selective with, he doesn't do like 5 movies a year. He's very selective. And he mentioned he did an interview with Jamie Foxx, and he talked about this. He's kind of like Daniel Day-Lewis. He picks and chooses his roles, and you go for a while without seeing him, but like you're dying to see the guy again, and he comes out with something. He's just phenomenal, man. So Manchurian Candidate too, like everything. Crimson Tide, but that's where the quality of Denzel's work is just at the highest level. I mean, he's the man, dude. Denzel's the man. He is the man. I saw the Old Manchurian Candidate. That was a good movie too. Steve Cohen buying a team. Yeah. Yeah, Vic DiBitetto. He's crazy, man. He's very entertaining. I'm starting to go with this, Jake. That's right. How you want it, Jake? How you want it? Yeah. I'm putting cases on all of yous, man. That last scene was incredible, man. Big Poppy man picked to come on. Oh God, he would be a lot of fun too. I would have him on. I'd like to have Big Poppy and A-Rod on the same one. Just have them go back and forth. Just like I would love to have Shaq and Charles Barkley on one and just have them, because they go back and forth with each other. It's so entertaining. It's crazy. What's the one when he's in the hospital trying to figure out a killer? Bone Collector? Is that when he's paralyzed? That one, Ola? Bone Collector. He was a former cop, and Angelina Jolie's in it. That movie is incredible. Queen Latifah's in it, and Ed O'Neill, Mike McGlone. That movie was phenomenal. Assistant hitting coach Tyler Curtis Granderson, Beltran, Chile. I think Chile would be a good one. Granderson would be a good one. Edgar Martinez, I mentioned the other day to Derek that I think it would be a good fit if he. Edgar Martinez did a crazy drill when he was playing. I don't know if you heard this. They used to put a number on the baseball and put it through the pitching machine when he was hitting, and he had to identify what number was on the ball after it was coming his way. And he, more often than not, he was actually able to identify it. He had incredible hand-eye coordination, incredible eye, which is I've never heard anything like that. At the right price, would you take a chance at Kershaw? Yes, but it would not be my first guy. Like it would have to be Kershaw and somebody else too, JT. I'd still want to have another pitcher. Kershaw can't be the only guy I bring in. Yeah, Bone Collector was awesome. Did a movie with Julia Roberts too. Yeah, yeah, what the hell was it? It wasn't Flatliners, was it? Was it Kiefer Sutherland? That's something. Side channel of his girlfriend. Girlfriend's cousin's David. That's pretty cool, man. Goodfellas. Goodfellas first, and then Casino. I mean, Goodfellas is one of the greatest movies of all time. I agree. Red Sox are probably likely to be once they get Suzuki. And now with Tampa and Toronto, I agree. I mean, as well. I think the Blue Jays will probably make some kind of big move just to replace Marcus Semien. I don't know what they might bring in Chris Bryant. Don't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't go any more than 2 years either, Ralph, for Clayton Kershaw. Every game, Jason. Every single game. New York, New York. Yep. No doubt about it. Yeah, it was a crazy drill. Ola. I mean, I don't know how he did it, but crazy. Brett Boone, that's an intriguing one. Uh-oh. Luden. Uh-oh. Well, if you drop off, man, it's always good having you, man. I hope I see you on Saturday. Correa 600 with 300 with incentives. Opt out after 6. 300 with incentives and an opt out after 6. I think 27. How about an opt out after 4? That way he's out when he's 31. And if he exercises opt out, we give him deuces and bounce. Oh, the Pelican Brief. That movie was awesome. Opt out after 4. I would be in with that big boy. A's will trade Montez and Olsen separately instead of taking Yankee. Depth. Yankees don't get Murphy. Couldn't get Murphy. And he's got 4 years of control left, too. Gito was phenomenal on SNL. Yeah, just message me on Insta, Hall. Cash means he gets his. Yeah, I mean, he's going to feast on that green monster if he goes to Boston. He really is. So if there's any way they can get him here, they should. And the Red Sox do need pitching. Yeah. They definitely need pitching. Pelican Brief was a great movie. Good. Looking forward to it, Luden. Looking forward to it, brother. And jot down some ideas. I want to hear some more trade ideas and some other stuff, man. We'll have more stuff to talk about as well. So I have the World Series odds stuff coming out tomorrow, and some other things coming too. So and I have to go back to. I have a couple more trade or just 3 moves for other teams that people have requested. So I get. I'll be doing those as well. Astros, Tigers, and some other teams too. So I got the Texas Rangers coming. How to complete this massive offseason. That's coming out on Friday. So be sure to take a look at that one too. I think you'll like it. And Jason, have a good night, bro. Hall of Highlights, man. Thank you, man. You're the man, dude. The Jays will pay both Vladdy and Bo combined. Probably Rahul. That would be the smart play. I mean, you got to lock those guys up now, man. Got to lock them out. 161, but we keep them. Oh, I like that, big boy. Dude, that's hot. I'm taking a picture of that, man. That is hot, dude. I like it. Big boy. That's fresh, dude. Soda's going to get close to $500 million, Luden. I think so. If it was a better field, it would help. But I mean, that guy's he's a special talent, man. If Correa came to the Yankees, would it be possible to put him at third? Yeah, it would. I mean, if you can get Gio in a trade to Oakland as part of another thing, you bring in Correa for third base, and then you use Oswald Peraza if he's not traded to Oakland for shortstop. That's what I would do. And you'll have a very elite defensive infield. But there's anyway if you bring in Olsen and Correa, man, I mean that's just crazy, man. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I think that's they're gonna be back in Toronto, Ralph. I think for next year, but we'll see. Bo Bichette is considered to become. I don't know. I would be surprised at that. I'd be surprised that the Jays don't lock both of these guys up. They have to, man. They have to. But, yeah, they don't necessarily need Correa, but yeah, well, that's pretty much. I mean, exactly. Big boy. He's signing with Boras to get the big money. So if he goes to the Cincinnati Reds, he'd be like, oh, man, Cincinnati was the greatest. It's where I wanted to begin with. I like Cincinnati, whatever, hoagie sandwiches. I like, oh, my God. Like, he'll tell the line. He'll do the talking points and everything. Teixeira and CC would be great interviews, too. I would love to have those guys, especially CC. CC's phenomenal. CC's phenomenal, man. What do I think a trade for Pablo Lopez? It would you'd have to probably what I would love to include Sanchez in there as a way of, especially when they adopt the DH in the National League. Sanchez, Gleyber Torres. Sanchez, Gleyber Torres. Oswaldo Cabrera, maybe. Probably those three guys for Pablo Lopez. Something like that, Tyler. I think. 2 major leaguers and a top prospect as well. I think that would be enough for Pablo Lopez. I mean, he's not even, he's got so many pitchers ahead of him, and they need offensive depth, and we just gave them some versatility there. So that's kind of what probably the starting point for Pablo Lopez. What do you think, Tyler? I don't know, man. Freddie Freeman would be nice, but I don't think he's coming to New York. I think Olsen's the more realistic play. I sure hope not, Robert, but I think you're probably onto it. I mean, I think there's a good chance of them starting Hicks in center for this. Yeah. Teixeira and CC become part of the Yankees coach, and that would be awesome. I would love to see them in spring training as instructors. That would be cool. Yeah, let's be cool here, LI Yankee King. Let's not start insulting the people here. Let's not do that here. Okay. They got to do both. Trade for people and trade them away. So let's not, let's be respectful of the people here, Yankee King. Olsen and Brian in the corners, I would really like. Montez and Rodon would be nice, yeah. Olsen, Story, Suzuki, and Montez. Oh, God, yeah, Chris. I'll sign me up, baby. Sanchez, Vargas, Florial, Herman. Is that fair? Yeah, I would say that's fair, Tyler. Always good to have you, bro. Always good to have you, man. Live for the top of the line running on Saturday. Yeah, I'm going to do one this Saturday. I'm going to get back to it. I have a series of videos I'm putting out right now, but I'll get back to the live stream on Saturday. So I'll have that at 3 p.m., and then I'll have the baseball live stream too. So I hope to see you at both. Hold on. Back on the live streams for the running too. Hicks used to be fine. Yeah, yep. Reynolds in left and Gallo's arm in center. I'd be fine with that. Reynolds has a decent arm. Gallo's arm is elite. So Goodfellas should have been the movie to watch. Oscar for Mark. Yo, I'm shocked that it didn't. Goodfellas was a phenomenal movie. They're a phenomenal movie. And Big Boy, yeah, and their brand more than a team. That's a great comment. It really is a great comment, man. I think the Yankees are going to wind up probably starting the season with Hicks, and if he shows that he's healthy, then try to move him, unless they get lucky and move him before the season starts. But I don't know if anybody's going to want to take him. He's healthy, but I don't know what they can get back. O'Neill Posada's hitting coach. One of those guys would be nice too. Teach all of us the right way to build a roster this class. I mean, dude. Not teaching us anything, dude. Everybody has the right to their opinion, and everybody's opinion is valid. So nobody's opinion is more valuable than the other. So I think some of the people here can teach other people too. So, the right way to build a roster. If you were teaching us the right way, why aren't you employed by the Yankees? Gallo can play center if he loses 15 pounds. Yeah. He's a big dude. He's athletic. He's a big dude. So I agree. A little bit more mobile and center would be helpful. And last trades, forced trades, turn on MVP. The show would make this team 15th in power rankings. Yeah. feel like we're trying to fix our Lambo with Toyota parts. That's one of the problems, big boy. I think you're right, Elite Assassin. I think they can get Olsen and Manaea. I agree with you. Christian Yelich for I don't know. His contract is an albatross, and I would personally rather go with Seiya Suzuki at this point if we could, or trade for Brian Reynolds. His contract's a fraction of what Yelich is, and they're both going to cost a boatload of prospects. That's just my opinion, though. Seiya Suzuki would be the guy I would bring in for the outfield. Rachel, I think it's fantastic, Nicholas. I actually did a video on it. She's very qualified, and I don't think people should be surprised. She does a great job. She's got an extensive baseball background and strength and conditioning. She taught herself Spanish so she could relate to other players, and she's going to be coaching guys like managing Jason Dominguez and Trey Sweeney and some of them big prospects. So, Stanton has to play the outfield and more consistent play. Yeah, he does. He stays healthier that way. Yeah. Well, let's see here. Aaron Boone's win-loss record here of the Yankees, just so you know, is 328 and 218. He has a 601 winning percentage. So, he doesn't do everything great, but he's not the worst manager in baseball either. No. Oh, Joe, you're killing me, Joe. You're killing me, man. Don't say that, man, please. What would all three Oakland pitchers cost? A lot. A ton. Ton. Yeah, I agree. I can see Balkovic making the bigs, and she even has, shooting higher than that. She said she wanted to even be up to GM, and so if he keeps doing a good job, I don't see any reason why she should not get an opportunity. And I'm glad the Yankees are the ones that are giving people opportunities like this, so it's fantastic. At this point, Yvonne, probably Story. He's a little bit younger than Didi, and either one, though, it would have to be on a short-term deal. Yeah, Yelich was pretty in bad shape, so he needs to get healthy. Sign Suzuki, trade for Olsen and Montez. Sign Rodon, trade for Willie Contreras. Sign Correa. Dude, sign me up for that, Tyler Talbot. Sign me up, baby. Todd Helton's 2000 stats. Todd Helton. Well, he was in the National League. Todd Helton stats. Yeah, let's see. 2000. Oh, come on, why is this so small here? Here we go. In the year 2000, 216 hits, 59 doubles, 42 home runs, 147 RBIs, a 372 batting average. OPS was 1.162, 463 on base, 698 slugging. He was only fifth in MVP voting. Fifth. That's crazy. Numbers like that. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Those stats are insane. Let's see. Jason Giambi stats in 2000. Let's pull up Giambi's stats. After that, ridiculous stats from... All right, Giambi's stats in 2000. 170 hits, 43 home runs, 137 RBIs, 137 base on balls, 476 on base, 647 slugging, 1.12 OPS. What was his batting average? 333. Another ridiculous season. I mean, they both. Wow, those are crazy stats. I'm surprised that stats like that only got Helton fifth. And that's freaking nuts, man. That's freaking nuts. I don't know about Inspired Boom, but you're entitled to your opinion, yeah. Long Island. Possibly trade Chapman. One of the worst defensive teams, one of the worst pair of teams and the worst base running team in baseball. Yeah, they were 26 out of 30. One of the worst. There were 3 teams that were worst. And yet he still got a 601 winning percentage. That does show that Boone is not, the worst manager in baseball. So despite all those things. And again, that's also a coaching thing too. Did they have the right coaching staff behind Boone? That doesn't look like it. So can't throw it all on Boone. Got to throw some of it on Cashman. Got to throw some of it on the coaches. I mean, lefties and a switch hitter. I'm with you there, Ivan. Yeah, man. Yeah, Chapman could be. He's tradable. It's tradable. Yes, it does travel further in the thin air. Yes, it does. Loizaga the closer, I think. I mean, Loizaga and Severino in 8 and 9, or in whichever order would be a nice combo to me. Rachel over Boone, I'm not sure if she's ready for that yet, but I hope she gets there. I think Bonds, Clemens, or Schilling get it. Based on stats, I mean, it's crazy too, because obviously Bonds was juicing, but he never failed a drug test. And Clemens too, he never failed a drug test, which is like, they never tested positive for anything. Schilling, if Schilling gets in, then Pettit's probably got to get in. But I don't know. Schilling's close. And again, I mean, he's also like a racist, white supremacist, but so is Ty Cobb, and he got in. But Ty Cobb's one of the best hitters of all time. But, I wouldn't want to face the current. Neither would I, man. Neither would I. Explain to you why I don't have to explain anything. Ask them to explain that. I don't run the team. I would have hired Manny Act and had Rachel be the bench coach. I don't know. No fielding practice at all. I don't know about that. I've seen him take fielding practice. Their routine's probably different, but I don't know. That's a question to ask them. I have Meredith Marakovich on my list, Kyle, to reach out to, and Michael K too, and some other folks. But yeah, she's got a great baseball mind too, and she's fantastic with the Yankees. Back from the hey Luden, yeah, I'm about to wrap it up. Oh yeah, man, it's good to have you back, man. Chapman will be over the hill in a couple years. Thankfully, he only has 1 year left with the Yankees. So Schilling is nuts. Those bullpen pitchers don't sit on the seats out there in right center anymore. Well, there's a thing out there. I mean, there's a booth back there behind them. So, but yeah, not those open seats. No, there's like something that's got a covering now. So that is quick. Luden. That's sharp, man. You're on it, baby. You're on it, man. The plan is to get some merch out at 10,000 subs or shortly thereafter, big boy. So you'll know. I'll actually do a video on merch, but everybody's feedback is good. Everybody's feedback is good on the type of merch. So yeah, I mean, I would have moved on from Cashman too. I would have moved on from Cashman too, but Luden, you took control, man. That you gotta do it, man. That's what I'm saying. That's how you do it, man. That's how the big boys do it, man. Props to you, Luden. Props to you for that, man. Yankees need to trade Torres. He still has value. Yes, he does. He got 3 controllable years. He's young. I think he would do well if he makes some adjustments. So my Hall of Fame belt on Kurt Schilling, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Billy Wagner, Helton, A-Rod, Andrew Jones, Manny Ramirez, Jeff Kent. I mean, stats-wise, they all deserve to be in. Schilling is close, but I mean, I still think at the end of the day, he probably gets in. So Billy Wagner, definitely. You know, and A-Rod was on a Hall of Fame path before he juiced. So was Barry Bonds. Clemens again. He never failed the drug test. I know there's accusations and blah blah blah, but he never failed the test. So, Jones is right there too. Manny. Manny was on a path too before he was juicing. So, Sosa. It's kind of. So I don't know how. I think if the juicing helped anybody most, it was probably Sosa, but he was still a good hitter too. It was very entertaining, but and if you're gonna put people like Sosa, and you're gonna wind up putting David Ortiz in there as well and some other guys, but that's a list right there, Tyler. That's a robust list, and you're right, man. So, Story for sure. Russo, and use those prospects to Castillo and Reynolds, and take Contreras out of misery for cheap, and take any of the 3 Oakland pitchers alone. Great. That's a B right there, B plus. Luden or Giselle, B plus. Host a live. If I can get back to the bleachers, I would definitely host a live watch party there. If it's safe enough, I'll definitely do it. I'm definitely waiting for. I'm waiting for it safe, and then I'll be definitely doing stuff at the stadium. So, absolutely, Luden, 100%. Yeah, Ralph. I know what you mean, man. I get your frustration there with the steroid stuff. I think they're going to make some moves still this offseason. So, Lou Gehrig to me is the best first baseman of all time. One of the best top 5 players of all time. I love Lou Gehrig. So, I wish I was, alive to see him play. Yeah, they need more. They need better contact hitters for better average and less reliance on home runs and stuff like that. So, planning for home opener against Red Sox bleacher seats, man, that would be awesome. Freaking awesome. I want to add 10. I get it. Ortiz and Pettit, right? Because me personally, if you're gonna add Schilling, you gotta add Pettit and Ortiz. When he came over to Boston from Minnesota, he was a decent hitter in Minnesota, but he became a beast, a legend in Boston. So, the Iron Horse, yeah, man. The God, number 4. Him and I had the same birthday, so I feel a special connection to Lou Gehrig. June 19th are our birthdays. Yeah. So that's my connection. That's my claim to fame. But I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. We're going on 2 hours, but thank you guys and gals for coming on. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Gemini, that's right. Gemini's in the house. And our last one, Entrada, Dames, and Woodruff trade Olsen in the pitcher. Suzuki can get, dude. If you can get Dames and Woodruff and then get Olsen in the pitcher, all-time offseason right there. That's a legendary offseason. Lincecum should not be on there. He wasn't dominant long enough. Just like I don't think Jacob deGrom should be on there if he retired right now. He needs more. You need more dominant years. You really do. So, this is Schilling's last year. That's right. And Pettit has more years. So, if Schilling doesn't get on this year, then he's done. So, but thank you guys and gals for coming on. I appreciate you all. Hopefully, I'll see you on Saturday. Enjoy the night. Let's continue the good dialogue. And I'm going to keep you all posted on whether if I can get somebody on here, which would be pretty cool. Be freaking awesome. I'm not stopping until it happens. I want people to grow to love this channel. Especially I want people to know who are in the Yankee universe, to know about this channel, know about the family and the mafia. So, but Gehrig, he's an all-timer. Trout, all-timer. Peace, everybody.